I thought my in-laws loved me like a son. Until I got that text that day. Posted by you, throwaways on in-law. I don't even know how to start this. I've been sitting with this story for weeks now, and I still feel like I'm living in someone else's life. But maybe writing it out will help me make sense of things, or at least stop waking up in the middle of the night asking myself how I missed everything. So here goes. I, 31M, have been married to my wife, Lena, 29F, for almost 4 years. We've been together 7 years total. High school sweethearts who reconnected in college. She's charming, smart, supportive, exactly the kind of woman I always dreamed of building a life with. Her family, man, they took me in like I was one of their own. Her dad would introduce me as his son he never had. Her mom would bake me my favorite cookies whenever we visited. Her younger sister would joke that I set the bar too high for any future husband she might have. We spent holidays together, family trips. Her parents even loaned us money for the down payment on our house. I paid every cent back, with interest. I respected them, I loved them, they made me feel like I belonged. So you can imagine my confusion when I got that text. It was 2 weeks ago, a Thursday night. Lena had gone to bed early, saying she had a migraine. I stayed up watching a game and playing around on my phone. That's when a message popped up on my screen. My wife's iPad was synced to our home network. Normally I wouldn't snoop, but the preview caught my eye. So what's the plan now that she's pregnant? He's going to find out eventually. I just froze. I opened the message thread. It was from Lena's mother. And the message wasn't sent to Lena. It was from her mother to her father. There were more, tons more. They weren't just talking about Lena being pregnant, which was news to me. We'd been trying, but no luck yet. They were talking about how stupid I was. How it was better to let me believe the baby's mine. How I was too loyal for my own good. Her dad literally said, he'll raise it better than the real dad ever could. And we avoid a scandal. Win-win. I felt like I was going to throw up. I quietly backed out of the app, walked into the bedroom, and just stared at her while she slept. My wife, my best friend, the person I trusted more than anyone else in the world, pregnant, by someone else, and everyone but me knew. Her entire family was in on it. I didn't confront her that night. I needed proof. I needed to be sure I wasn't misunderstanding something. So over the next few days, I watched. I checked her phone when she was in the shower. I looked at her search history, her call logs, her location history on Google Maps. All signs pointed to one person. A coworker, Derek. I'd met him once at her office holiday party. I remember her calling him harmless. Guess he wasn't that harmless after all. They'd been meeting for months. Coffee shops, hotels, lunches that turned into late nights at work. And now she was pregnant. With his child. And her entire family helped cover it up so I'd think I was the dad. I haven't said anything yet. I've been talking to a lawyer. I had a DNA test kit shipped discreetly. I haven't decided how I'm going to confront them, but I will. I just keep asking myself why. Why would people who called me their son lie to my face like this? Why would the woman I love plan to trap me into raising another man's child? Why did I believe I finally had a real family? I'll post an update soon. Once I have the test results. Once I figure out what to do with the truth. Because once I open that door, there's no going back. Update 1. The truth is out. I finally got confirmation. She's carrying someone else's child. Posted by you, throwaways on in-law. Hey again, everyone. Thanks for all the messages, advice, and support after my first post. Honestly, I didn't expect it to blow up like it did. A lot of you pointed out that a DNA test between just my wife and me wouldn't work, and you're 100% right. So let me tell you how I did confirm the truth. After I read those texts from her parents about the pregnancy, I knew I couldn't let this go without concrete evidence. I started digging and found out about non-invasive prenatal paternity tests. They're expensive, but accurate. They use a blood sample from the mother which contains fetal DNA and a saliva swab from the potential father. So while Lena was at work, I called around. Found a private clinic. Told them I needed this to be 100% discreet. A few days later, I convinced Lena to go in under the excuse that I wanted to check up on the baby's health and be proactive. She was suspicious, but agreed, probably because she still thought she could play me. She gave blood. I gave my sample too. They ran the test. It took over a week. And that entire week, I felt like I was walking around with a bomb in my chest. She'd smile at me, talk about baby names, ask what color we should paint the nursery. I wanted to scream. Then yesterday, the results came in. Probability of paternity, 0%. You are not the biological father. I didn't cry, I didn't rage, I just sat there, staring at those words, like they weren't about my life at all. That night, I confronted her. I sat her down and handed her the envelope. Didn't say a word. She opened it, saw the result, and didn't even try to deny it. She went quiet for a few seconds. Then, the waterworks started. I didn't know for sure. I thought it might be yours. I was going to tell you after the baby was born. Lies. All of it. Then came the part that made my blood go cold. My parents said you'd stay. That you'd be a better father anyway. They told me it was better to just move forward. Her parents. The same people who once called me family. The ones who baked for me, supported me, loaned us money. They knew. They encouraged her to lie. To trap me into raising a child that wasn't mine. Because I was safe. Because I made good money. Because I'd never question it. They saw me as a tool. A solution, not a person. I told her I wanted a divorce. I told her I already had a lawyer. And that she could go raise someone else's child with her parents' help. She sobbed. Told me I was abandoning her when she needed me the most. That the baby was innocent. She's right. The baby is innocent. But I'm not the father. And I won't let her rewrite that reality to suit her lie. I walked out. Stayed with a friend. I haven't told my own family yet. Still figuring out what I'll say. But here's the kicker. Her father texted me this morning. I hope you understand she made a mistake. You're family to us. Don't throw that away. I didn't respond. Because now I know, I was never family. Just a seat filler. A wallet. A stand-in. More updates soon. I still haven't told Lena I saw the original texts from her parents. That's going to be next. And believe me, it's not going to be pretty. Thanks for sticking with me. Update 2. I confronted her parents. And what they said broke me more than the betrayal itself. Posted by you, throwaways on in law. It's been a few days since the last update, and I finally did what I promised. I confronted Lena's parents. I'll be honest. I was nervous. Not scared, exactly, but shaken. These were people I shared Christmas with. People who toasted at our wedding. Who called me son, and hugged me like blood. So I didn't go in with rage. I went in with restraint. I texted her father first. I think we should talk. Face to face. He agreed. Invited me over the next evening. I almost laughed at the casual tone. Like we were just going to chat over coffee. I didn't tell Lena I was going. I showed up, sat down in their living room, the same one I helped repaint 2 years ago when her mom broke her wrist. Her dad sat across from me, her mom beside him. I didn't waste time. I pulled out a printout of the DNA result, and then, I opened my phone and read the text Lena's mom had sent to her husband. The one that started this whole thing. So what's the plan now that she's pregnant? He's going to find out eventually. And then I read the response. He'll raise it better than the real dad ever could. I looked them in the eye and asked, how could you do this to me? They didn't even flinch. Her mom said, we were trying to protect Lena's future. Her dad said, you've always been good to her. We thought you'd stay. You're stable. I asked, so you thought I'd raise another man's child for 18 years while you all lied to my face? They actually tried to justify it. It would have been better for everyone. The child would have had a good life. Lena just made a mistake. That word again, mistake. Like forgetting to buy milk. Like missing a meeting. I said, she didn't make a mistake. She made a choice. And you all backed her lie. Then her mom said something I'll never forget. We see you as family, that's why we trusted you with this. Trusted me. To lie to use, to deceive. I was shaking, not yelling. Just stunned. I told them they would never see me again. That the next time we spoke, it would be through lawyers. And that I had copies of the texts, the DNA results, and proof of the affair, should they or Lena try to twist the narrative. Her mom started crying. Her dad just stared. I got up, left the keys to their house on the table, and walked out. That was 2 days ago. Lena's been texting and calling nonstop. She says her parents made it worse, that she still loves me, that the baby deserves a father like me. No, that ship has sailed. I've initiated divorce proceedings. My lawyer says the texts and test results will help keep me clear of any paternity obligations. My biggest fear was that this would somehow come back to haunt me legally, but now, I have a solid case. I'm doing everything by the book. What hurts more than anything is this. I thought I finally had a real family. My parents died years ago. Lena's family made me feel like I still belonged somewhere. Like I was finally seen. But it was all conditional. I was useful, until I wasn't. A tool, a warm body with a paycheck. They didn't love me. They loved what I gave them. I'll be moving out of the house completely next week. Staying with my buddy for now. I'm still trying to figure out how to tell my close friends, and my boss, why I've been out of it lately. I've lost my appetite. Sleep's a joke. But I'm free now, and I'm done carrying someone else's lie on my back. Thanks again to all of you for sticking with me. This wasn't the life I planned. But maybe it's the start of the one I actually deserve. Final update. She showed up at my doorstep, with her belly, her tears, and one last lie. Posted by you, Throwaways on in Law. Hey Reddit, this will be my final post on all this. I promise. I thought I had reached the end. Divorce filed. Evidence gathered. Friends updated. I even told my boss, who surprisingly gave me a week off with full support. I was healing, slowly, painfully, but moving forward. Then, she came. Lena showed up at my friend's apartment. I was in the kitchen when the doorbell rang. My buddy peeked through the peephole and just muttered, "It's her." She was standing there, hair a mess, tears streaking down her face, her belly showing. Now, obvious and round. She looked exhausted, but the moment I saw her, something in me felt nothing. She asked if she could talk. Against my better judgment, I stepped outside. I didn't want her near my friend's family. She didn't start with an apology. She started with a request. Can we just pretend this didn't happen? Start fresh. You and me. We can go to counseling. You don't even have to be the father. Just be my husband again. That sentence shattered me. She still didn't get it. It wasn't about the baby. It was about the lie. About how she chose to betray me. About how her parents chose to help her. About how I was never given a choice. I asked her, what would you have done if I never found those texts? She looked down. Didn't answer. I asked again, louder. Finally, she said, I would have let you believe the baby was yours. I thought that was best. She thought trapping me was best. That's when I knew. I wasn't just a victim. I was her strategy. A placeholder. A financial safety net. So I told her, you've lost me forever. Not because of the baby. Not even because you cheated. You lost me the second you decided to manipulate my entire life. She broke down sobbing, and for the first time, I didn't feel bad for her. I just felt done. I walked inside, closed the door. She stood there for a while. Then she left. It's over. The divorce is in motion. I've blocked her number, blocked her parents. I'm going no contact from this point on. I've moved out of the apartment we shared, and I'm looking for my own place now. Strangely, I feel lighter. Like the truth burned everything fake down, and now I can finally breathe real air. I'm going to therapy, starting next week. My friend insisted. I'm not ready to date. I'm not even ready to hope. But I know this. I deserve honesty. I deserve love that doesn't come with lies and manipulation. And I will never settle again. Thank you, Reddit, for giving me space to say all this. For not letting me feel crazy when my world was collapsing. For calling out the truth when I was afraid to look at it. If you're reading this and stuck in something similar, please listen. One lie doesn't stay small. One betrayal never stays hidden. And one moment of courage can start your whole healing. I chose myself, and that made all the difference.